Welcome to Elder Zen. Hit subscribe for simple health tips made just for seniors. Stay tuned. Your next great day starts here. Have you ever really paused, even just for a heartbeat, to truly marvel at all the quiet miracles your body performs for you, moment by moment? As you sip your morning coffee, leaf through the newspaper, or simply relax in your favorite chair, there's a hidden symphony inside you. Your heart, steady and unwavering, beats on. Your lungs breathe in life-giving oxygen. And your blood, quietly, relentlessly, flows along an intricate web of vessels, nourishing every cell and carrying away the burdens your body no longer needs. It's awe-inspiring. Really, a kind of silent heroism happening just beneath your skin. But as the years slip by, our bodies begin to write new stories. The changes can be so gentle, so gradual, that we might brush them off as just age. Perhaps your hands feel colder in the mornings, your legs grow heavy by afternoon, or your energy seems to dip before the sun sets. These aren't just inconveniences, they're your body's way of whispering that it's adapting. Shifting, sometimes in ways we barely notice. And while so many of these changes are simply part of the beautiful journey of aging, there is one that is both silent and potentially dangerous: blood clots. Most of us never think about them until they strike. These tiny clumps of blood, which usually protect us by stopping bleeding, can sometimes form at the wrong place or time, often with no pain or warning. When a clot forms in the leg, in the lung, or elsewhere, it can change everything in an instant, robbing us of not just our health, but our independence and peace of mind. But I want you to hear this clearly. You are not powerless. You do not need to live each day waiting for something bad to happen. Modern science and the experience of millions of wise elders around the world have shown that a few gentle habits woven naturally into your daily life can make all the difference. You can lower your risk, strengthen your body, and keep the independence you treasure. And that's what today's video is all about. Not scare tactics, not complicated rules, but real empowerment. We're going to explore easy, practical ways to clot-proof your life's habits. You can start today. Whether you're tending your garden, playing with grandchildren, taking a stroll, or simply brewing tea. Because here's the truth. Protecting yourself from blood clots isn't just about living longer. It's about living better, more energy, a clearer mind, and the freedom to do what you love every day. You hold the pen. You can write the healthiest, happiest chapter of your life starting right now. So take a breath, get comfortable, and join me on this journey. Your best years are still waiting for you, just around the bend. Let's step forward, together, and discover how a daily routine built on kindness to yourself can keep you safe, active, and thriving for many years to come. Let's start at the beginning. What exactly is a blood clot, and why should it be on every senior's radar? Picture this. Every time you scrape your knee or cut your finger, your blood responds with an elegant little dance. It thickens, forms a clot, and stops the bleeding. It's a life-saving trick nature has perfected. But sometimes a clot forms inside a healthy vein with no injury at all. That's when things can get dangerous. Deep vein thrombosis, DVT in the legs, a pulmonary embolism, PE in the lungs, or even a stroke in the brain. These are the moments when a clot can turn from friend to enemy. So why do clots become more common as we get older? Several reasons combine. First, our blood naturally thickens and slows with age. We also tend to move less, especially if we're recovering from an illness, surgery, or even just enjoying retirement's slower pace. And many of us, without even knowing it, have health conditions that quietly increase risk. High blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol. Even some everyday medications for pain, sleep, or hormones can nudge risk higher. Let me share Martha's story. At 70, she believed blood clots only happened to people with serious illnesses. After knee surgery, she relaxed at home, maybe a bit too much. She noticed some calf swelling, but brushed it off. Days later, a sudden, frightening shortness of breaths sent her to the ER. Martha survived a pulmonary embolism, but she now shares, "If only I'd known what to watch for, or how to keep my blood moving." The lesson is clear. Clots don't always shout. Sometimes they creep in silently, especially when we're distracted or unaware. That's why building a clot-proof routine is about more than prevention. It's about peace of mind, about giving yourself the confidence that you are doing everything you can to protect your freedom, your health, and your future. Now that we've shed light on why blood clots are a silent concern as we age, let's pivot to the single, simplest, most overlooked solution that almost anyone can begin today: movement. Sometimes it's the things that seem too simple that hold the greatest power. For so many of us, the word exercise might conjure up images of gyms, sweaty workouts, or strenuous routines that feel out of reach, especially as we get older. But let me reassure you, when it comes to protecting yourself from blood clots, it's not about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. The truth is, everyday movement, gentle, frequent, and woven into the fabric of your daily life, is far more important. So, why is movement such a magic bullet for healthy blood? Imagine your veins as a vast network of little rivers, each one carrying life-giving blood back to your heart. Every time you move, your legs stand up, stretch, wiggle your toes, you're helping your muscle pump squeeze those veins, sending blood back to where it belongs and preventing it from pooling or clotting in your lower body. It's nature's own circulation boost, and it works even if your steps are small. Let's make this real. Think of all the little opportunities for movement scattered throughout your day. Maybe you're sitting in your favorite chair with a good book, or chatting on the phone with a friend. Why not take a moment every 30 or 45 minutes to stand up? Stretch your arms overhead, roll your shoulders, or march in place. During TV commercials, try pacing around the living room, or do a few gentle ankle rolls while watching your favorite show. If you enjoy walking, even a stroll around the block or through your garden can be a daily ritual that pays off for your heart and your legs. And if mobility is a challenge, don't worry. There are plenty of ways to stay active without ever leaving your chair. Simple seated exercises like heel lifts, toe taps, or reaching for the sky can make a real difference. Some people find joy in chair yoga or light resistance bands. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's consistency and kindness to yourself. Every movement matters. Let me share a story that might inspire you. Mr. Lee, who's 78, used to sit for hours reading or watching the news. After learning that long periods of sitting increased his risk of blood clots, he made a promise to himself. Every hour, he'd stand up, take a few steps, maybe stretch or sway to his favorite music. "I thought it wouldn't matter much," he said, "but now my legs feel lighter, my back doesn't ache as much, and I sleep better at night. I even feel sharper when chatting with my grandchildren." It's those small changes, done every day, that add up to big victories for our health. So, how can you bring more movement into your life? First, try setting reminders on your phone or using a kitchen timer to nudge you up every 30 to 45 minutes. Write down 3 times in your day when you're usually sitting, and commit to adding just a little movement at those moments after breakfast, before your favorite TV show, or before heading to bed. If you live with family, invite them to join you. If you're alone, call a friend and walk together while you chat. Turning movement into a social or joyful habit makes it something to look forward to, not a chore. And never underestimate the value of tiny victories. Celebrate each time you choose to stand, stretch, or move, even just a little. Over weeks and months, these moments will become a natural, cherished part of your routine. Before you know it, you'll notice changes. Less stiffness, more energy, perhaps even a brighter mood. Most importantly, you'll be building powerful protection for your heart, your blood, and your freedom to live life on your own terms. As we move forward, remember, You don't need to overhaul your life to reap the benefits. Just take that next step, however small, and let your body thank you. In the next segment, we'll explore another vital, often overlooked piece of the puzzle: hydration and how something as simple as a glass of water can keep your blood flowing freely and your risks low. But for now, as you listen, I invite you, take a deep breath, gently stretch your arms, and let's keep moving forward together. Now, as we shift our focus from movement to another equally important and often underestimated pillar of good health, let's talk about hydration. You might be thinking, really? Can something as simple as drinking water truly make a difference in preventing blood clots? The answer, backed by science and experience, is a resounding yes. Hydration is like oil for the engine of your body. When you're well hydrated, your blood flows freely, your heart works less, and your risk for developing those dangerous silent clots drops significantly. Yet, for many older adults, staying hydrated isn't as easy as it once was. Our bodies change over the years. Maybe you've noticed that you don't feel as thirsty as you used to. Perhaps certain medications, like those for blood pressure or heart issues, make you go to the bathroom more, or you avoid drinking so you won't need as many trips. Sometimes, simply being busy, distracted, or not wanting to bother others gets in the way of drinking enough water. But here's the thing: dehydration thickens your blood, making it more sluggish and increasing the risk that it will stick together and form a clot. Let's pause for a moment and imagine what a difference just a few more sips could make. Your blood is about half water. Think of it as the river that carries all the essentials of life. When that river dries up, the current slows, and everything can come to a standstill. But with regular hydration, you keep that current moving strong and steady, sweeping away any trouble before it can take hold. So, how much water do you need? Well, everyone is a little different. A good rule of thumb is to aim for 6 to 8 cups a day, unless your doctor says otherwise. And remember, water doesn't have to be boring herbal teas. Soups, juicy fruits, and even certain vegetables like cucumbers and lettuce all help boost your fluid intake. If plain water isn't appealing, try adding a splash of lemon or a slice of cucumber for a refreshing twist. Sometimes, it's these small changes that help turn a chore into a pleasure. Let me share another story, a gentle reminder of how powerful hydration can be. Evelyn, 85, always found it hard to keep up with drinking water. She'd get busy with her puzzles or forget entirely while reading on the porch. It wasn't until her daughter gifted her a bright, easy-to-hold water bottle that things changed. Evelyn started to fill it up each morning and set small sip goals throughout her day. The results? She felt more alert, less tired, and even noticed fewer muscle cramps. More importantly, her doctor praised her for maintaining healthier blood pressure and circulation. Now, maybe you're wondering how to remember to drink enough, especially if you're someone who loses track of time. Here's a simple trick. Pair your water drinking with another habit. Drink a glass when you wake up, another with each meal, and one before you go to bed. Place water in visible, easy-to-reach places around your home. You might even use sticky notes as friendly reminders. If you enjoy social activities or have a friend you talk to each day, make a pact to remind each other to hydrate. It can be a fun shared goal that boosts your health and keeps you connected. Also, don't ignore the signs your body sends. Dry mouth, dark urine, headaches, and that feeling of tiredness that just won't go away. Those are your body's gentle nudges that you need to fill your cup. And remember, as we age, we don't always feel thirsty, even when our bodies need more fluids, so being proactive matters. It's also worth mentioning that certain health conditions, like heart or kidney issues, may affect how much you should drink. Always check with your doctor if you're not sure, or if you've been told to limit fluids. But for most people, a steady stream of hydration throughout the day is one of the easiest. most affordable ways to guard against blood clots and keep every part of your body humming along. So as we continue building your clot-proof routine, ask yourself, could I add just 1 or 2 more glasses of water to my day? What small changes might make that easier? Every healthy sip you take is a vote for a stronger heart, better energy, and more days spent doing what you love. In the next segment, we'll explore another key to protecting yourself: the food you choose to put on your plate. Because, as you'll soon see, every bite is an opportunity to help your blood flow freely and support your lifelong independence. But for now, let's raise a glass to your health, your energy, and your future. Now that we've highlighted the importance of hydration in keeping your blood flowing smoothly, let's turn our attention to something equally powerful and often much more enjoyable: your daily meals. Have you ever stopped to think that every time you fill your plate, you're also making choices that affect your heart, your vessels, and yes, your risk of blood clots? The foods you choose can act as powerful allies in your journey toward better circulation and overall health. And the best part is, you don't have to give up flavor or pleasure to eat well. Let's start with the basics. Not all foods are created equal when it comes to supporting healthy blood flow. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard are more than just sides for your dinner. They're packed with vitamins and minerals that support your blood's natural balance. But here's something important to note. If you're taking blood thinners like warfarin, you'll want to keep your intake of greens consistent and let your doctor know about any big changes. That way, your medication and your diet can work together, not against each other. Another group of superstar foods is fatty fish, salmon, sardines, and trout, which are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids. These good fats help keep your blood vessels supple and your blood less likely to clot in the wrong places. If fish isn't your favorite, don't worry. Walnuts, flax seeds, and chia seeds also offer these helpful fats and can easily be sprinkled onto yogurt, oatmeal, or salads. But we can't forget about the vibrant colors of nature's candy berries, oranges, and other citrus fruits. These are packed with antioxidants, which reduce inflammation and help keep your blood vessels strong and flexible. And if you enjoy the robust flavors of garlic and onions, you're in luck. These kitchen staples act as natural blood thinners and can add depth and richness to soups, stews, and sautés. Whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, and oats provide lasting energy and are gentle on your blood sugar. By keeping your energy steady, you avoid the peaks and crashes that can stress your heart and circulation. And let's not overlook the satisfying crunch of nuts and seeds, which provide healthy fats, fiber, and even a little protein to keep you feeling full and energized throughout the day. Of course, as much as we focus on adding good foods, it's just as important to be mindful of what to cut back on. Processed meats like bacon, sausage, and deli slices may taste delicious, but they're high in sodium and unhealthy fats, which can thicken your blood and strain your arteries. Deep-fried foods, sugary snacks, and drinks, and too much salt or alcohol can all increase inflammation and make your blood more likely to clot. This doesn't mean you have to give up every treat, but try making those items the exception, not the rule. If you're feeling overwhelmed, remember, you don't have to overhaul your diet overnight. Small, steady changes add up over time. Start by swapping white bread for whole grain or add an extra serving of veggies to your dinner plate. Experiment with new recipes, invite friends or grandchildren to cook with you. Turning healthy eating into a joyful social experience can help the changes stick and even deepen your connections. Here's a quick story to inspire you. After a minor health scare, James, 73, decided to rethink his breakfast routine. Instead of his usual sausage and toast, he tried oatmeal with walnuts and blueberries. Not only did he enjoy the new flavors, but his doctor also noticed improvements in his cholesterol and blood pressure. "I never thought breakfast could help save my life," James now jokes. Sometimes, it's these gentle shifts: one meal, one ingredient, one new habit that builds a foundation for years of better health. So, as you reflect on what goes on your plate this week, ask yourself, how can I add just one more circulation superfood each day? Can I swap out something processed for something fresh? Maybe you'll try a salad with berries and seeds, or roast some salmon with a squeeze of lemon and a side of greens. Remember, each bite is an act of self-care, an investment in your independence, and a gift to your future self. And if you're cooking for others, share your new discoveries. Good health is even sweeter when you share it with someone you love. In just a moment, we'll explore another vital piece of your daily clot-proof routine: how you manage your medicines and supplements. But for now, take pride in every good choice you make at the table, knowing it truly makes a difference. Let's keep this journey going one step, one sip, one nourishing meal at a time toward a future where you feel strong, vibrant, and fully in charge of your well-being. Now, as we continue building your clot-proof daily routine, there's one area we simply can't overlook: your medications and supplements. For so many seniors, keeping track of prescriptions becomes as much a part of daily life as brewing that morning cup of tea or reading the newspaper. Maybe you have a neatly organized pill box on the kitchen counter, or perhaps a notepad on the fridge listing what to take and when. But let's be honest, navigating medications can feel confusing, even a little overwhelming at times. With every new prescription, there are new instructions, new side effects to watch for, and sometimes new risks that aren't obvious at first glance. That's why taking charge of your medicine cabinet is one of the most powerful steps you can take to guard against blood clots and protect your independence. You see, some medicines, especially painkillers, hormone treatments, and certain supplements can change how your blood clots. Even over-the-counter remedies or herbal teas, which seem harmless, may interact with prescription drugs in ways you might not expect. Blood thinners such as warfarin, aspirin, or the newer direct oral anticoagulants are literal lifesavers for many people. But they must be carefully managed to avoid tipping the balance too far toward bleeding. So, how do you make sure your medications are working for you and not against you? The answer starts with staying organized and being proactive. Begin by writing down every single pill, supplement, or vitamin you take. Yes, even the ones you only take sometimes for a headache or an upset stomach. Bring this list to every doctor's appointment, every pharmacy visit, and even keep a copy handy if you travel. This one habit alone has prevented countless mix-ups and ensured safer care for people just like you. And don't be afraid to ask questions, lots of them. Your healthcare providers are there to help, and no question is too small or silly. If you're starting something new, ask, will this change my risk for blood clots? Can this interact with my other medications? And very importantly, are there side effects or warning signs I should look out for? When you're honest and open about what you're taking, you empower your medical team to personalize your care, avoiding dangerous overlaps or gaps in your protection. Let's pause for a true story that might sound familiar. Helen, 79, was always careful about her prescriptions, but one day she added an herbal supplement a friend recommended. She felt fine until her doctor discovered that the supplement was actually changing the way her blood thinner worked, putting her at higher risk for both clots and bleeding. After a thorough review with her pharmacist and doctor, Helen stopped the supplement, adjusted her medications, and now feels both safer and more in control of her health. That's the beauty of a medication checkup. It's like spring cleaning for your medicine cabinet. And it can be as simple as a 15-minute conversation with your pharmacist or primary care doctor. You'll review each item, clarify dosages, discuss possible interactions, and even catch old prescriptions you no longer need. It's a safety net you create for yourself, one that gives you peace of mind every single day. Another important tip: if you ever notice unusual bruising, unexplained swelling, or any bleeding that seems out of the ordinary? Don't wait or hope it will go away. Reach out to your healthcare team right away. The sooner you catch a problem, the easier it is to fix. Now, I want to make something very clear. Never, ever stop or change a prescribed medication on your own, even if you're feeling great. Always talk with your doctor first. Sometimes, stopping a blood thinner or switching a medication without guidance can trigger the very problems you're trying to avoid. So here's your gentle challenge for today. After this video, take a few moments to review your medications and supplements. Update your list, check expiration dates, and set a reminder to discuss your regimen at your next appointment. Not only does this simple act help prevent dangerous clots, but it also strengthens your role as the leader of your own health journey. Remember, your medicine cabinet isn't just about pills and bottles. It's about your safety, your independence, and your confidence in navigating each new chapter of life. Let's keep empowering ourselves, asking good questions, and supporting one another. Because when you're informed and organized, you turn your daily routines into powerful acts of self-care and protection. In a moment, we'll shift gears to talk about the role of sleep, stress, and routines in keeping your body resilient. But for now, take a bow for every step you've taken to master your medicines. You're doing more for your health than you realize, and every smart choice today is an investment in many brighter tomorrows. Now, let's take a gentle turn in our conversation, from the world of medicines and meal planning to another pillar of good health, your daily rhythms of rest, relaxation, and connection. If you're like many older adults, you know that, as the years go by, your relationship with sleep and stress can change in ways you never expected. Maybe you find yourself waking up earlier, tossing and turning at night, or feeling more easily rattled by small things that once rolled off your back. Perhaps you've noticed that a single sleepless night leaves you dragging for days, or that too much worry seems to weigh down your heart, your mind, and even your body. What's important to remember is that these changes are not just random quirks of aging. They have a real, measurable effect on your health, especially when it comes to blood clots and circulation. Science shows us that chronic stress, poor sleep, and a lack of social connection can increase inflammation in the body, raising the risk of clotting and many other health concerns. But the good news is, you have more power to change these patterns than you might imagine. So, how can you build a routine that supports both your mind and your body? Start with the foundation. Sleep quality rest is not a luxury. It's a form of medicine, allowing your body to repair your blood vessels to recover, and your mind to process the events of each day. Aim for a regular bedtime and wake-up time even on weekends. Create a relaxing pre-sleep ritual, perhaps with calming music, gentle stretches, or a short gratitude journal entry. Keep your bedroom cool, quiet, and as dark as possible. If you find yourself worrying at night, try writing down your concerns before bed, a simple act that can keep your mind from racing when you most need to rest. But a healthy routine goes far beyond just sleep. Let's talk about stress something everyone experiences, but few truly manage. The pressures of aging, caring for loved ones, health challenges, or even a lonely afternoon can all add up. Chronic stress can quietly raise your blood pressure and make your blood more likely to clot, increasing the risks we've been discussing. But managing stress doesn't require a grand gesture. It can start with a few slow, deep breaths in the morning, a daily phone call with a friend, or a mindful walk in the park, soaking in the sounds and sights around you. Remember, social connection is a powerful antidote to stress. Seniors who stay engaged, whether through a phone chat, a community group, volunteering, or regular visits with neighbors, enjoy better sleep, lower inflammation, and, yes, a lower risk of blood clots. Even if you live alone, reaching out can be as simple as waving to a neighbor, writing a letter, or joining an online discussion group for seniors. For those who struggle with low mood or anxiety, Don't hesitate to talk to your doctor or a trusted counselor. Your emotional well-being matters just as much as your physical health, and support is always available, no matter your age or situation. Let's hear from Sam, 82, who faced months of restless nights and mounting worries after retirement. I thought it was just part of getting older, he shares. But then I joined a gentle morning Tai Chi class at the community center and started calling my sister every afternoon. Little by little, my sleep improved, my days felt brighter, and the heaviness in my chest faded away. This is the real magic of a daily routine that cares for your mind as much as your body. Whether it's a walk after dinner, a laugh with a grandchild, or a quiet moment spent with a favorite book, each act of self-care builds your resilience, helps keep your blood flowing, and adds more joy to every day. So, as you consider your own routine, ask yourself, where can I add a little more rest, a little more calm, and a little more connection? What small step could I take starting tonight to give my body the healing it needs? Remember, there's no one-size-fits-all answer, and you don't have to overhaul your life overnight. Even one new ritual, a nightly stretch, a daily gratitude note, a weekly chat with a friend can set off a ripple of positive change in the end. Building a clot-proof routine is about far more than avoiding danger. It's about claiming a life filled with peace, confidence, and possibility. Each gentle choice you make for yourself is an act of self-respect and an investment in the vibrant years ahead. Now, as we move forward, we'll talk about recognizing warning signs and knowing when to take action. But for now, give yourself credit for every moment of rest, every connection made, and every calm breath taken. You are doing more for your health and your happiness than you may ever realize. As we journey onward together, let's pause for a moment and talk about one of the most important aspects of protecting your health: knowing the warning signs. Because, as you and I both know, prevention is the best medicine, but being able to recognize when something isn't quite right can truly make the difference between a quick recovery and a serious health emergency. It's not about being fearful or anxious, but about tuning into the wisdom of your own body and acting with confidence when your intuition tells you something is off. You see, blood clots are often called the silent threat for good reason. They don't always announce their presence with dramatic pain or obvious symptoms. Sometimes their first signals are so subtle, so easy to brush off as just getting older, that many people miss them until it's almost too late. That's why being prepared and sharing this knowledge with loved ones is an act of true self-care. So, what should you watch for? Let's break it down simply, so it's easy to remember and even easier to explain to a friend or family member. If you ever notice swelling, pain, warmth, or redness in one leg or arm, especially if it's sudden or doesn't match your usual aches and pains, pay attention. This could be a classic sign of a deep vein thrombosis, or DVT, which most often begins in the calf or thigh. It may start as a sense of heaviness, a tenderness when you press the area, or skin that feels hot to the touch. Now, if you experience a sudden shortness of breath, chest pain that feels sharp or gets worse when you take a deep breath, a racing heart, lightheadedness, or a cough that produces blood, don't wait. These could be the warning bells of a pulmonary embolism when a clot travels to the lungs. This is a true emergency, and calling for help right away can save your life. It's also wise to remember that in older adults especially, symptoms may appear differently. Sometimes, what seems like mild confusion, unexplained fatigue, or simply feeling off can be the body's way of waving a small red flag. Trust yourself. If you feel something is wrong, it's always better to get checked out than to brush aside your concerns. Let me share a quick story that brings this lesson home. Not long ago, I spoke with a lovely gentleman named Paul, who told me how he nearly ignored what turned out to be a life-threatening clot. "I thought I'd just twisted my ankle gardening," he admitted. "But when my daughter noticed my leg was swollen and warmer than usual, she insisted I go to the doctor. They caught a clot just in time. Paul's story is a perfect example of how staying alert and acting promptly, even for what seems like a minor symptom, can change the course of your life. Now, let's talk about empowering yourself and those around you to act. Make it a family conversation. Print out a list of warning signs and stick it on the fridge or beside the phone. Go over what to do in an emergency, who to call, what to say, what information to bring. Practice saying out loud, "I'm worried I might have a blood clot. I have these symptoms." Sometimes, just rehearsing the words helps you feel more prepared and less panicked if the moment ever arrives. And here's a tip that can make all the difference. Keep track of when symptoms begin. Did the pain start after a long car ride? Or a new medication? Did you recently have surgery or spend several days mostly in bed? These clues help your doctor quickly determine what's happening and how best to treat you. Most importantly, give yourself permission to trust your instincts. You know your body better than anyone else ever could. And if a loved one expresses concern about a new symptom, listen with an open mind. Acting quickly doesn't just help you, it's a gift to everyone who cares about you. As we near the end of this conversation, remember, being proactive about your health isn't just about preventing illness. It's about honoring the life you've built, the people who depend on you, and the joy that comes from living with confidence day after day. So, as you move forward, whether you're checking in with your doctor, sharing a tip with a friend, or just listening to your body's quiet wisdom, know that every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to a future that is bright, safe, and full of possibilities. Because, truly, you deserve nothing less. Let's continue our journey together with an honest conversation about what it means to truly take action in your everyday life. Because now that we've covered the warning signs and why they matter, it's only natural to ask, what comes next? How do you actually build a life where blood clots are less likely, where confidence, energy, and independence are part of every single day? Well, it starts with small steps, tiny, manageable changes that, when added together, can transform the way you feel and the health you enjoy. Sometimes we think of prevention as a giant leap, giving up everything we love or following a strict set of rules. But the truth is, it's about weaving little moments of self-care into the routines you already have. For instance, picture the start of your day. Maybe you're someone who likes a quiet morning with coffee and a newspaper. What if right after that last sip you took 2 minutes to stretch, roll your ankles, or march in place? These short bursts of movement help push blood back to your heart, making a real difference for your circulation. As you move through your day, look for hidden opportunities to protect your health. Maybe you're watching your favorite TV show or chatting with friends. Use the commercial breaks or pauses in conversation as a reminder to stand up, move around, or even take a stroll down the hallway. Every time you interrupt long periods of sitting, you're helping your veins and arteries do their job. And hydration, oh, how often we underestimate its power. You don't have to force down gallons of water, but a habit as simple as keeping a colorful water bottle by your side or sipping herbal tea between meals can keep your blood flowing freely. If you're forgetful, set an alarm on your phone or place a sticky note where you'll see it. Sometimes the smallest nudge is all you need. Nutrition, too, plays its part. You don't need to reinvent your entire diet overnight. Instead, try adding just one extra serving of leafy greens, berries, or fish to your plate this week. Swap one processed snack for a handful of nuts or seeds. Celebrate each healthy choice because every little change moves the needle in the right direction. Now, let's not forget the role of relationships. So many studies show that people who feel connected, who laugh, share meals, or simply check in with others enjoy better health and recover more quickly from illness. If you're feeling isolated, make a gentle effort to reach out. A phone call, a shared recipe, or a short walk with a neighbor can brighten your day and lift your spirits. Even joining an online community for seniors can provide encouragement and practical tips. And here's another gentle but important reminder. Managing medications carefully is a sign of strength, not weakness. It's okay to ask questions at every appointment, to review your prescription list, and to speak up if something feels off. Bring a family member or friend along if you need support, and always keep a current list of everything you take, including vitamins and over-the-counter remedies. If you're recovering from surgery or facing a new diagnosis, remember that transitions are a perfect time to double down on prevention. Work with your healthcare team to create a personalized plan. Ask about compression stockings, safe exercises, and when you can return to activities you love. And don't be shy about sharing your fears. Most doctors are grateful for proactive patients, and your openness can help them help you. As we approach the end of this segment, let me reassure you. You are never too old to set in your ways or too late to benefit from small changes. In fact, seniors are uniquely positioned to teach others about resilience, adaptability, and hope. Each day you choose to move a little, drink a little more water, ask a question, or reach out for connection. You are setting an example for those who love you. You are not just preventing illness, you are actively writing a new story for yourself and those who will follow. So as you turn off this video or set down your device, remember, this is not the end of your health journey. It's the beginning of a new chapter, one where you are informed, empowered, and inspired to live each day fully. Carry these lessons with you. Revisit them when you need a boost, and above all, share them. You never know whose life you might touch simply by passing on what you've learned. Let's keep moving forward together, step by gentle step, building habits that protect your health, nourish your spirit, and help you savor every precious moment that lies ahead. Your best days are still to come. Let's embrace them together.